Salutations friends, my name is Brianna Bond, otherwise known as No Ordinary Scholar, and thank you for allowing me to steal some of your time today. I'm contacting you right now because my new book, The Queen of Thieves Catwalk Criminals, the second in the Queen of Thieves series, is available for pre-order now, and I am just dying to have you read it. So, I published book number 1 of this series, April 2020. What a time to publish a book. I've been working really hard on this series since long before that. If you want to stretch it, you can technically say I started working on the series in middle school, but major changes have happened since that era. I did not want to wait when it came to getting these books out, so we still published, and I've been ever since getting book number 2 ready. And when I had started planning out how I wanted to go about sending out arcs of this book to people, I had such big dreams. I wanted to send out physical copies of book number 1 and book number 2. I wanted to send bookmarks that I would custom make, custom create. I wanted to send out my favorites of my loose leaf teas. You know, send you stuff to not only set the mood, but also help us bond, you and I. And the reality hit me, reminding me that we're currently in the middle of a very deadly pandemic. And I live in the United States, where we've not been doing too well. Granted, I do live in Hawaii, which has not been doing horribly. I still think we're not doing as good as we could be, especially because Hawaii thrives and pretty much exists off of tourism, so the Hawaii government has been trying to fight to get tourism back up and running, which really isn't like a good idea right now. Every anxious body in my bone went up to level 100. I was starting to panic. I truly was convinced that if I tried to send out physical copies of this book, I would pass the coronavirus off to a lot of people that I actually do really care about as influencers, and I could not live with myself if that happened. I couldn't, even if it wasn't my fault that they got COVID, I couldn't live with myself if it was a possibility, especially because some of these people live in Canada, and I'm not lying when I tell you that I was convinced that should I send a physical thing to anyone in Canada, I would be the reason why it spreads out of proportion in that entire country. And they've been doing so well. I think honestly Canada as a whole has less cases than Hawaii, and Hawaii is again doing really well compared to other states in the US. That was all really dramatic. I know, I understand. But that anxiety, it's so real, especially right now. So instead of putting myself through that and ignoring what is a real risk right now, I have decided to put together this presentation for you guys and make it like a little extra special. Here, there's video, so you can put a name to the face to the book. See how that works. Back to the books. If you're anything like me, you have to read the first book in a series before you read the others. Don't worry, boo, I got you. This little bundle thing I sent you has the first book included. This whole thing's gonna include both books, the links to their Spotify playlist. Yes, I said their Spotify playlist, and a bunch of other nice little goodies, informational packets, stuff like that. And here is a sneak peek. Book number 1, The Queen of Thieves, A New Throne. This is the story of a thief turned government spy. In this book, we are introduced to our main characters, Dallas, Ethan, Jason, Percy, Caleb, and Adriana, as well as CJ. It does read a bit more like a romance, that's just because of the nature of the case. Dallas is trying to seduce, manipulate CJ so that way she can get into his house and get to his dad, who is a black market arms dealer. They went specifically to her not only because she is so well skilled in what she does. The only reason they caught her to begin with was because they essentially sent a team of spies to investigate every single police call in New York City. So not only was she extremely skilled, but she's also known to have severe depression, and that will help her get close to this boy that from day one they knew was extremely lonely, extremely closed off, could be depressed, but it was definitely going to be hard to gain his trust. The answer we all need to know is, can Dallas handle potentially being the reason why this kid that already hates life gives up altogether? In book number 2, Catwalk Criminals, Dallas is back after a brief disappearance, and she's immediately sent back to work on a case where nothing makes sense. And on one side, we do get to see how the games, the confusion, and the very, very fresh trauma of the events from the first book all weigh Dallas down as she tries step by step to put this puzzle together. We also do get a chance to better bond with the other characters in this story and really give them a lot of life, a lot of personality, get to know them better. Excuse the gray little blob over here. One of my children is being very needy right now. We're friends, we're cool. This is Chestnut. But anyway, the story behind this whole series and the inspiration for it comes from my own history of severe depression. I don't want to take too much of your time with it, but let's just say the idea of someone that people treat and look to as almost some kind of superhero, but in reality their depression and their trauma is related to pretty much every aspect of their greatness, that really spoke to me. It spoke to me so much, in fact, that one of the reasons why I'm alive today is because I started putting together the ideas and the plots for this series, and I just wanted to see where it could take me. Now, here I am. I have 3 published books. That includes the first book of the series. I'm about to have 4. Behind the scenes, I am currently writing, I believe, book 9 of the series. And things just keep getting better, more fun, more cathartic, honestly, and more exciting. Well, whether you're curious about what I've got going on if I'm writing book number 9, I caught you from the very beginning, or you found out that I am actually getting married, I believe the month after this book comes out on April 24th, 2021, and you just want to do this as a quick wedding present for me, I will leave you to your reading now. If you find it in your heart to share this book on your social media platforms, leave a review on Goodreads or Amazon, that would mean the world to me, though I do believe Amazon doesn't let you leave a review until the book is released, again, April 24th, 2021. That's all I have for you guys right now. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a fantastic 2021. Fingers crossed the world is less on fire this time, but until next time, maledictions, friends.